Hey guys, Sharper Boy, and I'm going to show you how to do a trigger job on an M&P today. First thing you want to do is take your pistol, field strip your pistol, obviously, and then take a 1/8 roll pin and remove this back pin back here that looks like this. Remove that, don't lose it. And then what I like to do is take a 1/16 roll pin, stick it under your slide, and work out your sear housing block. This requires a little manipulation of the trigger to get it to come freely, and then just work it out through your trigger bar. And then take your ejector out, and only if you want to take your sear out, which I went over this in my Apex sear video. There's a little pin right there. I don't know if you can see it through the camera. You take this pin, push it out. And you take the pressure off your sear, rotate your takedown lever. Just push that little pin out. And there's the pin. Set it aside. What I like to do is take a roll of tape and set all my pins inside of that so they don't roll away. Pins, anything small. And it's not needed, but if you want to, you can polish the back of your sear. Another thing with your sear housing block, do not lose your plunger. There's a little plunger in there, and that thing is a beast to get back in. But set your sear housing block aside because you will not need it. And if you want to, take some 2000 grit sandpaper. I'm off camera, sorry. Take some 2000 grit sandpaper and rub the hell out of the back of your sear. And then take your Dremel, but don't be a superhero. Don't try to remove any material from it. Get you a Dremel. Put some kind of good polishing compound on it. I like to use flits. Just take and put a dab on the back of the sear. And like I said, this isn't necessary to even touch the back of the sear, because if you do too much you could run into problems. But just take the back of your sear and just buff it till you get a mirror finish. And like I said, don't be a superhero and don't try to remove metal. You won't need to go a lot. Like this is done. Take and rub this off. Take a t-shirt, rub it, and bam. Sear now has a mirror finish. But like I said, it's not necessary. The sear's done. Now the next thing that you really want to really shine is the top of this piece, the top of your trigger bar. Okay. You want to polish this side right here. You want to polish the top, and you want to polish this side. And by polish it, I mean you want to take. I always use 2000 grit sandpaper because it takes a lot of elbow grease to start removing metal. But take and polish the top of this, or the right side. Say the pistol's sitting like this. You want to do the right side, the top side, and the left side. It should look like that. And you want to polish all three. And like I said, 2000 grit sandpaper, and just rub it until you get all the machine marks out. And then after you get the machine marks out, same principle as what I just showed you with the sear. Put your little flits on it, and this will smooth out your trigger really good too. It might not take any weight off of it, but you'll have a smooth trigger from the factory. Like like me, I have the Apex sear, so my trigger is decent. That's all you want to do. And once again, don't try to be a superhero and remove metal. But this is all you have to do to get a decent trigger out of an MP from the factory. Just get that down to where it's a mirror finish. And then the last thing that I like to polish, well, there's two more things actually, and I forgot one of them on the sear, so I have to go back to that. But right here, where your trigger bar actually engages your sear, you want to take and polish that up. And whenever you pull the trigger, the bottom side, the underside of your sear, right there, that bar engages that, and it rides on it. So it's metal on metal, so you obviously want a smooth surface on each. And when you pull your trigger, since your sear sits like that, this bar, I don't know if you can see that, but it engages your sear and tells your sear when to fall. Ba-bow, ba-bow, every time you pull the trigger. So, simple round thing, don't be a superhero, put a mirror polish on that. Don't be a superhero. Mirror polish, and that's all you need. And then for the inside of your sear, this part right here, just take some 2000 grit sandpaper and rub it. And then once you're finished with that, get that mirror finish on the inside of your sear. And don't forget, you can remove metal with a Dremel. So, like I tell everybody that wants to work on the sear, do not be a superhero when you're working on it. And that'll do it. And you know how to put your trigger back together. And that concludes my M&P trigger job video. Y'all have a go.